Really sorry.
No, chas v'sholom. It's my fault. It's not your fault. It's my fault. So I want to introduce Miriam Baver. So my name is Amuna Baver. I will talk in your name. Amuna is the centerpiece of my life. One second. Amuna is the centerpiece of my life, Baruch Hashem. At various times in my life, I felt very far from Hashem, but I always knew he was there. And that no matter what, he would always do what was best for me, especially in those times when I didn't understand why I was faced with a particular challenge. My journey includes many years as a single parent, conversion to Judaism, a second marriage with not so blended family. As I settled in, I had my own bout with cancer and the life changes that brought, my husband's battle against brain cancer and the accompanying struggles, and his ultimate patira, and my transition to life without him. And while the journey continues, I know that Hashem has guided and continues to guide me each step of the way. Each life challenge has led me to a new level of understanding, a new closeness with Hashem. It is only through strengthening of Emunah that I've been able to harness that power and knowledge to effect changes which have taken my personal relationship with Hashem to a greater level, made my marriage strong and my professional life more successful and satisfying. Miriam Baver is an AACP certified coach, specializing in Emunah with experience in personal and business coaching, bringing a clear focus to your path and achievement of your goals and mission, and an energy healer, working with people all over the world to manage and resolve many physical and emotional conditions, including depression, anxiety, pandas, low platelets, pain, Bell's palsy, and other physical and emotional illnesses. Miriam can be reached for coaching and healing, and I will post that a little bit later. I feel privileged and honored to introduce Miriam, who's going to take us on vision boarding. And I want to thank you so much, and you're real inspiration to everybody here. Thank you so much, Miriam. Now it's all yours. It's all yours now.
Now we can have technical difficulties again.
Right, exactly.
Thank you so much. I am so awed and humbled and honored to be.
Actually, just 1 minute, Miriam. Just 1 minute. I made a mistake again. This is sponsored today by an anonymous sponsor. In the merit for all the singles in this group to find or be found by their zivug basher soulmate and bring us Yiddish nachas. Thank you so much to our sponsor. Go ahead, Miriam.
Baruch Hashem. Amen. That should be fulfilled speedily, please, Hashem. I'm awed, quite frankly, to be here with such a group of women. And I really, really thank you for this privilege and honor. And before I start, I just want to say, I noticed in the chat, I want to say a refuah shlema to Galina's husband. He should have a refuah shlema. And Galina, I'm going to just let you know that you can please reach out to me anytime, okay? Anytime. I feel like I'm developing friendships here, and I'm really, really honored to be part of this group. Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about vision boarding. And I have learned over the last, 6 or 8 months that a lot of women don't really have any idea what vision boarding is. So first, I'd like to give a little Dvar Torah that brings us into and sort of supports the idea of vision boarding. And then we'll talk a little bit about vision boarding itself. And then we're going to go through a little bit of journaling. I hope everybody has a paper and pencil. And if you're prepared, we can start a vision board. But if not, then we'll just sort of jump off from there. I am planning on doing a full vision boarding class the end of June. I don't have the date in front of me. I think it was June 28th. And I will make that information available to Naomi so that everybody who's interested can certainly join. Okay, so in Bereshit, we learn that Yaakov told Yosef to go check on the welfare of his brothers and the welfare of their sheep, and to bring back a report to his father. So as he was out there looking for his siblings, his brothers, a man found him. The posuk says the man found him, and he was wandering in the field, and the man asked him, what was he seeking? Ma tevakesh, what are you seeking? Yosef responded with, it's my brothers that I seek. Please tell me where they're pasturing. The man gave Yosef directions to his brother, and Yosef went to find them. And of course, we know the rest of the story. But that's just really the simple reading of the text. The Kutzker Rebbe elaborates on these psukim as follows. He says, the first pasuk says, a man found him. The Medrash in Tanhuma states that the man was actually Gavriel, the angel Gavriel. And he uses the book of Daniel to support that. The next posuk says that he was wandering in the field. This is a metaphor for us, for man, for us on this world, for our life in this world. We really, a lot of times, unfortunately, do a lot of wandering, and we don't really have clear direction, and we don't have a clear understanding of what direction we should be taking. And finally, the last pasuk says, the man asked him what he was seeking. And this is really a mashal. This is really the angel Gabriel saying to Yosef, listen, Yosef, no matter where you're going, no matter what you're doing, you really have to take note of what it is you're looking for. You really have to take note and pay attention and focus on what it is you're looking for, because there are going to be a lot of distractions in this world. There are going to be things that are going to pull you this way and that way. And each time you get a pull in a different direction, it's certainly something to learn from, but it is not what you should be focused on. You really must focus on your mission in this world, your direction in this world, and what it is you want to build and create in this world. And he did go on and tell him that he was going to be sold into slavery. He was going to be taken to Egypt. He talked to him about how his path was going to change, first for the bad and then for the good. He told him that he was going to reach the greatest of heights and the greatest of depths. And that he should always remember, Ma tevakesh, what are you seeking? What are we supposed to be focused on? So no matter what it is we're supposed to be focused on, this is a reminder that we must keep our focus. Okay, so when we look at the Talmud in Makos, it tells us the way a person wants to be led, they lead him. That's the posek. In his commentary on the Talmud, Rabbi Shmuel Eliezer Edels is asking, who are they? Who are they that are leading a person in the way they want to go, right? They want to go. So he answers that with each of our thoughts, with each of our words, with each of our deeds, we are creating angels, malachim. And that is who they are. That is what is leading us in this world. So we're creating these angels through our own thoughts, our own words, and our own actions. And that is how we are led. So the forces of the world become mobilized based on what it is we're focused on, essentially, because our thoughts, our words, and our deeds come from our focus. They come from how we are in this world. So where does that leave us? We really have to develop tools for focusing for figuring out what the direction is that we're supposed to take. This isn't really an easy task. This is something that every one of us struggles with at various points, because even though we may get to a place where we have a focus, sometimes it kind of slips away. If it sort of slips through our fingers, we get lost, gets lost in the shuffle of everyday life. So one of the tools that we can use in order to bring that to a place where it does not get lost is visualization. Visualization is proven through studies to be something that will help us achieve goals. This is something that is time and again brought down not only through our Torah, but through many studies that the Goyim are trying to catch up on. They're doing all kinds of studies and trying to bring it all together. So visualization is one tool. So that's where vision boarding comes in, because with vision boarding, what we're doing is we are creating first the vision. We create it through journaling, and we then take our, I'm going to show you a vision board because that would probably be the easiest. And we kind of go through different things, and magazines and so forth, and we create a vision board. So a lot of times people do this without really doing the journaling. And that is one method to do. That is a method to use. But without the journaling, we tend to look for the shiny. We tend to look for the things that we're drawn to, but that are not necessarily those things that we should be focused on. So let's get to it. I feel like I'm a little bit rambling and I apologize. So let's start with the journaling. The journaling is going to help us focus. It's going to help us define what our mission is, what our focus should be. And help us to find some goals. There are two types of visualization, and the vision board falls into the category of what's called outcome visualization. With outcome visualization, what we're really doing is we're creating a vision of what the outcome should be. And that allows us to see the end and to be able to create a simcha for the end, to be able to be thankful to Hashem for what we know Hashem is going to give to us. Okay? So let's start with the journaling. The first question is what time frame are we looking to complete this in? So it could be 6 months, it could be a year, it could be 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, whatever it is, because each of us have different ideas on what our general goal should be. Now, this is a question that I always put first, but we can answer last. So we can circle back to that answer if you're unsure of what time frame you'd like. For the next question, we'd like to list 2 to 3 character traits that you would like to strengthen because you already own them, or to develop because you've seen them and you'd like to encompass them in your practice, in your midot. So I'm going to give you a minute or two to answer each of these questions. I don't know, Naomi, I don't know if you're paying attention to time. This is a class that I typically take about 2 hours on. So we're
Miriam,
try and do
could you
a,
read us? Sorry, Miriam, could you read us an example? I find that's helpful.
of character traits.
Yeah,
So
or
how about, okay, so 2 to 3 character traits. If I were answering this question, I would probably say I would like to be more patient. I would like to be more besimcha. Just different character traits that we see in the world that we'd like to embrace more. I'd like to learn more. I'd like to be more of a person that really is in my learning more. Just different character traits. I'd like to be kinder. I'd like to, whatever it is you feel you want, that either you already have, but you really want to get stronger in, or that you see in others that you'd like to really possess for yourself. I have a friend who she and I go back and forth. we debate which one of us is a nicer person, which one of us is nicer to other people, so to speak. And we each give examples of, no, but do you remember when a person was not so nice to you and you responded with such calmness and that kind of a thing. So just different things like that, you know, what it is you would like to develop for yourself. I find these questions really help us to keep focused more in a Torah perspective than in the Gashmias. We're less drawn to the shiny is good. Shiny is, you know, of course, to be Mechuder Mitzvah is good, right? To enhance it. But we want to make sure that it's based in Torah. Okay. The next question is to list 6 or 7 things that you'd like to draw into your life. That could be things that are Gashmias, things that are, you know, I might need a new car, I might need to move, I might need a new job. I might need to broaden my circle of friends. There's any number of things. I might like to strengthen family relationships. Any number of things that you would like to draw into your life. Ladies, I'll tell you, if you're brave enough, it would be lovely if you would turn on your cameras so I can get a better idea as to where we're holding with the question answering. Anybody that's brave enough, that would be wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for being present. Thank you, thank you. So amazing to see such beautiful faces. Thank you. Okay. Okay, we still have a couple people writing, so I'm going to move on to the next question, but take your time with those questions, and I can certainly provide a list of them to Naomi, or you can be direct contact with me. That would be fine also for the questions. Okay. The next one refers to our family relationships or relationships in general, family, friends, our significant other, whether it's someone we're dating, someone we're married to. What do we want to happen for those relationships? What kind of things do we want to see come to fruition in those relationships?
Hello?
Not, yes, hello.
Yeah, hi, Connie.
Hi. Is this Etty?
Somebody's on the phone, has to mute.
It's done. She muted herself. Let's go on.
Okay. Okay, so if you are not dating but looking for your zivug, then it could be, you could be writing something about that you'd like to draw in your zivug.
Miriam, can I ask a question on question 4?
Yeah,
Are you saying what do we?
absolutely.
Thank you. Are you saying that
What
for,
types of things would you like to see come to fruition?
for the things that you want in number 3?
Yeah, what types of things do you want to see happen in those relationships? Whether it's I'd like to have more closeness with my spouse. I'd like to draw in my zivug. I'd like to have a calmer, less chaotic relationship with my children. I'd like to have a more loving, respectful relationship with whatever it is, you know, that it is you'd like to draw in. I'd like to broaden my circle of friends. Whatever it is in a relationship arena that you'd like to see happen in your life.
Miriam, I think Naomi has a question. I think she raised her hand.
Oh,
Am I
I'm
right?
sorry. I didn't.
Hi.
Yati? Hey, how are you? Hello?
Good morning.
Oh, I'm
Namaste.
sorry.
I wanted to ask a question.
Yes, please, Naomi.
These questions that we're journaling about, so they all have to be connected to your vision, to the vision that we're.
So the beauty of this is this will form the foundation of your vision. This is a way to define your vision. So while you may have a vision in your mind, okay, a lot of times what I've seen is that people have a vision. For example, they'd like a bigger, broader, richer life, right? I'd like more parnasa, I'd like a bigger house, I'd like a bigger car, kind of a thing. And they start turning the pages of the magazine and they're drawn to the sparkly, shiny, and the bigger and there's nothing wrong with that if that's truly what your path is. Because we do have people that is their path, right? However, that's not everyone's path. And it becomes an exercise in futility when we focus on the shiny things, when that's not really what we're able to draw into our lives. So these questions help us define what is important to me, so that when I start flipping through the magazine, I am seeing things that are in line with my values, and they're still drawing me in, so I'm still able to draw in the good things that I want in my life.
Okay,
Does that
thank
make
you.
sense?
Thank you. Yes.
Do you mind just reiterating like the things that you said, like time frame, character, like just to re-say them? Like,
Absolutely. So
Thank
the first,
you.
first question was, what is your time frame?
Yeah.
The second was to list 2 or 3 character traits that you would like to strengthen because you already own it, or develop because you've seen it in others that you'd like to incorporate for yourself. The next question, right, the next question was to list 6 or 7 things that you'd like to draw into your life. Just whatever it is, whether it is that bigger house, bigger car, bigger job, whatever it is. Or it broadening your circle of friendship, or creating a different family dynamic. And the next question relates to relationships. That you should just write anything that you feel you'd like to encourage and develop and strengthen in your relationships. And the last question we're going to do right now is, how do you want to spend your time? What is it you want to do with your time? Because time is our most precious commodity. We have so much in this world, and of all of it, time is the only thing that is truly irreplaceable. Well, our family also, but time is the only thing that we own that is truly irreplaceable. Okay. And now it's time to get to the nitty-gritty. Now is when we start flipping through the magazines and we start looking for things that we're drawn to. So some are, I'm going to put my vision board back up here. Sometimes we're drawn to words. Sometimes we're drawn to pictures. But no matter what it is you're drawn to, allow that process to happen for yourself. Ask yourself the question as you're going through. Ask yourself the question, is this in line with who I am and who I want to be? So this actually was one of 3 vision boards that I did in one sitting. This one I did based on health and family. The others, I did one that was based on things that I wanted in my world physically. It was really a gosh mess. It was really a gosh mess vision board. And the third one was based on things that I wanted to enhance my spiritual life. So and the reason I ended up with 3 was because I found myself pulling so many things from the magazines that it just wouldn't all fit in one place. And rather than eliminate one of those categories, I just created 3 separate boards. But I wanted to point out on this board, and you're not going to finish your vision boards this morning, I'm sure. Well, maybe you will. Maybe you work faster than I do. But this item right here is something that I like to point out, because this actually was something I carried up. I'll pull it closer. This was something I carried around in my wallet for quite some time. It's a receipt for a parking in Ocean City, New Jersey. But that is the place. Every year I used to go and take my grandchildren there. And I was longing, amongst other things, I was longing for connections and to enforce and strengthen connections and to improve my health and so forth. And so I grabbed this out of my wallet and I added it to my vision board, because at that time, I absolutely had no idea how I was going to be able to afford to go, because it's an expensive trip for me. You know, as anybody knows, when you take your grandchildren somewhere, it's expensive. And so I was wanting to do it again, and I didn't have the funds to do it because my husband had passed away, and it just was not something that I was able to see as something that I was going to be able to do. And within 6 months of doing this vision board, I was able to do it. So if you've got little remnants sitting around the house that you want to also draw back into your life, you can add those to your vision board. If you've got specific family photos or something that bring you to a place where the relationships were really enhanced, or you want to get back to a specific time period of how close the family felt at that time. Include those, incorporate those. Don't be afraid to go outside the box and look for things that you want to draw into your life. It doesn't only have to be from some old magazine, I guess is the real point. You can really incorporate and think about those things that are important to you and that you really want to draw in. And as we heard, as we're creating these thoughts, we're looking at this vision board and we're creating more and more thoughts based on these visions, right? We place our vision board in a prominent place, and it encourages us to think about it again and again and again. And with each thought, each time we're thinking of it, each time we're looking at it and taking it in, we're creating more malachim that are leading us down this path. Sherry, I would love to know what you're thinking.
This is so incredible. Thank you. This group is so special because when you're talking about angels and that it leads us, I'm just bubbling over with, that's right, that's it, that's amazing.
Right.
And I was just at my osteopath, and when I was telling him, because he's Italian, I've been with him for 20 something years, I was telling him all the craziness in the world, it makes sense because the Torah tells us explicitly. So he's reading my body as, you know, I'm telling him all this, and he says, oh, sorry, here we go, my battery's low. So he was saying, your body is saying you're speaking the truth. And this was just on Friday. So everything is coming together so beautifully spiritually. So your timing is beautiful because it really is such truth.
Amazing.
So that's why I'm giving you thumbs up so much.
Amazing.
And you are
I'm
very
so happy.
special.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Does anybody else? This is a time when everybody can just kind of unmute themselves and add their thoughts in while everybody is working. If anybody else has thoughts or ideas they'd like to share.
Thank you so much, Miriam. That was so beautiful. I love the way you put it together. I've done vision boarding before, but this is so focused. It's so perfect that we align our Jewish selves, especially this beautiful group of women that come every morning, and we're reaching our higher selves. That's you're putting us in line for that, and that is so precious. Thank you so much. I love the questions you prompted us with, and we're going to be fast at work with this. Thank you. Hatzlacha to everybody, and kol hakavod.
Yes.
Kol hakavod.
Very much.
Okay. Can I share something?
Please, Galina.
Okay, now that you know the story, how I was able to connect to Muna and to be able to share with you, I trust Hashem. I look in the nature. When a storm, some trees are fallen, some trees are stand strong, and some trees only bend. Why this happened? Because depended on the root. All my life, for the last probably 10 years, I developed the root of my happiness, root of my blessing, root of gratitude to Hashem. And when the time like this show up, I tell you the truth, I was not expecting. It was out of blue at the end of March. After crying 1.5 months, I was a mess. And after I tried to pull every day, every hour, something from my saving account, from happiness, from blessings that Hashem give me. And when you pull this every day, you build foundation to connect it to Hashem.
Right.
And this is amazing. And I tell you, I'm very blessed. I appreciate your kindness. And I tell you now, I feel it's not easy.
It's not easy.
Some days I still smile. Some days I'm crying.
And some days are both.
Yes. But I tell you, if you connect to Hashem and you can build this foundation of roots, of joy, blessing in your life,
Yes.
life is much easier, and
that
it's a
is very-
blessing.
That is very true. Very true. Hashem should continue to strengthen you, Galina, strengthen you and give you very an abundance of clarity so that you always see his hand in your life. No matter what happens, that you should always know that everything that's coming to you is a chesed from Hashem. Every little bit.
Thank you so much. You're amazing. And I love how you talk about the project. And one more thing I want to tell, that I'm blessed because Hashem sent me people. Whenever I need something, I have in my thoughts and I tell Hashem, I can't do this. And almost the next day, Hashem sent me people to help, to deal, and to support.
Right.
And this group is outstanding. I love this group. And
Yes.
now it's a blessing to be connected with this group.
Yes, it is.
And thank you so much for sharing your story. And now I share my story. And
Yes.
thank you for the blessing. And Hashem answer our
Yes.
prayers. Thank you so much.
All right. And feel
God
free to
bless.
reach out to me anytime you need to scream or cry or just need a smile. Just give me a call. Okay.
Okay. Can you post the phone number on the chat?
I will put my phone number in the chat. Yes.
Please. Thank you so much. Sei gesehen.
You're very welcome.
Thank you.
Be well.
Love you.
Okay, Miriam, we're gonna come to a close.
Yes.
It's 5 to 9. I want to do the Nishmas. I want to do the Shmiras Halashon.
Mhm.
I want to thank you so much, and I want to thank I want to thank, first of all, everybody, Blima and Basya, Rebitz and Yagid. Did I forget anybody? And Miriam, thank you so much. It was so beautiful.
Thank you so much.
And it was amazing. And again, thank you so much.
My pleasure.
I'm going to,
Pleasure.
I'm going to put on now the Shmiras Halashon. Just a second. I hope you can hear it this time. 1 minute. I have to find it.